I'm now live. So, I met a friend on Instagram many years ago whose name is, well, one of his names is nom de plume is Tristor, Tristor Blue, and he's a extremely talented artist from Finland, and he does these beautiful drawings of the figure and does great drawings in black and white. And then he started doing a number of ones in color. And he uses maybe 4 or 5 different pens in a single drawing. Some of them are brush pens, some of them are whiteout, where he'll cover black ink with white. And it's this beautiful, amazing drawings where he captures, in the male figure anyway, uh, muscles, fur, tattoo, shadows, or in some cases, reflected um, light from water. He did a number of images called bathroom selfies where guys would send him a picture of that they would take in the bathroom and he would draw that. And not to go on and on and on and on and on about that, because it may not be safe for all tender ears, I'll go back to just talking about his drawing style. He loves using line work. It's a very descriptive line. It's not cross-hatching, which is what I do. It's line that delineates the shape of the body or the shape of the muscle or hair follicles or tattoo details. And so his line work with the pen tends to be relegated to what we would call contour line. He uses a brush or a felt tip marker to designate maybe shadows. Anyway, he puts it all together and it's absolutely amazing. So when I was in Minnesota last summer, I saw on his Instagram page a picture of him at the Minneapolis airplane terminal airport. And I said, "What the heck are you doing in Minnesota?" And he said he and his husband were at a Finnish music festival that was happening in Duluth, which is all of 2 hours, hour and a half from where I was staying. And I said, "Well, I'm going to come by and see you, Mr. Tristor." And so I brought some pens with me for him to try, and he bought 2 of them. And now Mr. Tristor is back, and he is in California as a resident artist at the Tom of Finland Foundation. Now, for those of you that don't know Tom of Finland, he was at one point, I guess, the most famous artist that was doing what one might consider homoerotic art. And so Tristor applied to be a resident artist at that place, and lo and behold, there he is. I think Tristor does much better work than Tom of Finland did. He disagrees with me, but I'm right. So anyway, he left Finland to go on this 3-month or whatever it is fellowship, and he forgot the 2 pens that I had sent him, that I sold him back in Finland. So I said, well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll make a pile of pens and send them to you, and you can play around with them. And, when you head back to Finland, just send them back to me. He's also going to be going to the San Francisco Pen Show, the California Pen Show, which is near LA. And that's where I'm going to be as well. So he and I will hang out together and do some drawings together, I hope. We did that in Duluth for 2 hours, and it was really fun, just chatting about art and drawing the warehouses. And so what I'm going to do now is make a movie video of the pens that I'm going to be sending him. And I thought what I would do is try to, first of all, come up with pens that are as close to what he had purchased from me as I could. And he did buy one like this, a Schaefer Triumph nibbed pen that had no flexibility whatsoever, but he said it was so smooth. He loved how smooth it was. So this one, I think, is equally smooth. It might be a little bit thinner, but he'll be the judge of that. Maybe he'd have to bring this home to Finland to test them out side by side. But this again is something that he really liked, this pen, so this will be one of them. So what I'm going to do is, on these pieces of paper, I will write down the name of the pen. I'll put these each in individual envelopes in the package I'm going to send him, so he knows the degree that he can press down. So this is a Schaefer Triumph pen, Triumph PH, black with silver cap. And here's how it writes this way. You can turn it upside down to get a thinner line. Upside down. But it's a Johnny one-note pen. It really doesn't have a lot of variety. A little bit. And he'll look at this video when he gets the pens. Hopefully he can imitate the mark making I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now is just making sure the pen will work. Has a sack in it. This one does. So Tristor, here's one for you. This goes right here and will go in a box. Second one. He did pick a very, very fine nib as well. So let's see if this is, it's not as fine as the one he chose maybe, but I'll just send this to him anyway. So black Schaefer, small black Schaefer, and it has that sort of range. There's a little bit of oomph to the nib, just a little tiny bit, not too much. And let's make sure that one works. It does. A little bit teeth marks there. It's okay, we don't mind. Tristor is one of these people, I think, who, like most artists, don't really care what the pen looks like, the condition-wise, as long as it writes well. Here's an Eversharp Skyline. This one has, it's a nice rubbery one. You can push it all over the place. It can go from there to there. Burgundy, Eversharp. God, this is really wet. Skyline. Lots of gallons per. This might be a nice one that he would do with ink washes, where he'll put the brush here and then smear the, trying to find a, thought I had a, there's a brush right here, where he'd take water and then dissolve the ink, because there's so much ink here, it puts out so much ink that there's a lot of that he could play around with. So he might like this pen a lot. This one's working. And what I'm hoping that Tristor can do, you know, he might say, Pierre, you know, my favorite pen and of all the ones that you sent me was this Skyline pen. Help me find one of these at the pen show. I don't want to buy yours, he might say. I want one that's black, not burgundy. And I'll say, okay, well, I'll try to find one for you. This one is this cute little lady's pen. And I'm sending him this one only because it's really, it's going to be something kind of fun for him to try out. But he has to pay attention to this video so he knows what he can and cannot do with this one. It's a gold. Maybe he's not going to get this one. Seems a little scratchy. This paper has a little bit of tooth to it. So gold pen. It's very springy, and I'm thinking that he might like it if he's doing some really he wants to maybe have areas that are really densely dark. You know, maybe he would use this because it also puts down a lot of ink. But this is a pen that can't go further than that. It's a rather somewhat fragile nib. I wouldn't use this one for crazy sketching because it might catch on the paper, but this would be a good one for writing, for a certain kind of calligraphy. I don't think I'd do anything really other than what I'm doing here with this. It's just so wet and so springy that it's sort of good for let me just try it on this paper. I think he might find this one's too scratchy, but I just want him to try it out anyway. Again, it's just something that will help me help him find a pen at the pen show. He might really like the springiness of this one, but he might want it to be thinner and maybe not so scratchy. And I can help him find a pen like that, maybe. So this one again is for sort of short strokes. I don't have a clip to clip that one to. This one. Okay, this is a Waterman Taperite. Am I going to send him this one or not? This is sort of similar to another pen he already has that I've already put in place, so I think I won't send him this one. This one is another Triumph nib pen, which is very fine. It's finer than the other one. Just give him a new piece of paper. So he might like this one better. Schaefer Triumph with black cap. I'm also sending him all pens that are lever filling, not the piston fill or the pump, the touchdown kind. I just don't want to have him have to deal with that. He knows how the lever fill pens work. So this one is really pretty fine with a little bit of oomph if you press down. On the upside down, it's really fine. I'm using watered down blue ink, so it looks even finer than maybe it is in real life. But I think you'll get a kick out of this one. I'll also include the prices of these things in case he wants to buy one of these. This is going to be a Waterman. Come on, boy. So this is sort of like the Skyline, except a finer start. But it also is sort of one that you can sort of push around, so it's a good one for sketching. Just make sure this is working. It is. So let me make a card for this. Black Waterman with chrome trim. Now he didn't get any flexible nib from me. I think I'm going to keep this one out because I think he's just going to find it too scratchy. So no, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it with you. You can try it out. So again, I think all of these are so different from each other that I think he'll enjoy playing around with all of them. And if he can, just set them all out on a table, dip them with ink. You don't have to fill them, Tristor. Just dip them in your ink and just play around with them. Maybe draw the same thing 6 different times. Could be a glass of water. It could be a figure. It could be, something from your imagination. But just see how each of these works so differently from one another. There's one that I might send you that's really excruciatingly fine. Am I going to send you this one? I don't think this one is going to give you anything that the other ones don't, so I'll keep this one here. Let me just find a one that I know is very fine. I think this is one of the ones he bought from me that was extremely fine. So this might have that comfort zone that he had with the other. So maybe I'll send him this one. since he already has one, but this will be like the one he owns. This one is also very fine. So which one will I send you, Tristor? I think I'll send you this one, just because, again, you have one like that already, and not that you need that one. So a brown Schaefer. Brown striped Schaefer. It's very fine if you don't press down at all on it. Can't see a fucking thing in this house. So I'll send you this one. So in terms of the one that you liked the best from the ones that I sent you, or that I showed you that you bought from me, the one that was really, really smooth, I'm not entirely positive any of these are going to be as crazy smooth as that. So I may send you this one. I may want it back though. I may not want to sell this. This is one I bought at the Boston Pen Show. I mean, at the Philadelphia Pen Show. It's a button fill. So you press the button to fill it. You just press it once and it will fill. But it's very, very smooth. It's a Parker, sort of a broad nib. You can sort of push it around all sorts of different places. And I think you'll get a kick out of this too. It's just a really smooth pen. Makes a broader line than maybe you might normally like, but and you don't know that this is a Parker, but it says it on the nib and it says it on the barrel, but it doesn't say it big. So I'm just going to say big black Parker with a ring top, button fill. So it can sort of be pushed all over the place, press down. So to fill this one, Tristor, you put it in the ink, you press down on this button, and that will cause the sack to squeezes the sack. Then you lift up and the sack will expand, sucking the ink in. So rather than a lever, it's this button that does it. You just have to hit it, press it once. Once down, empties, lift up, count to 3, it's full. So I think you're going to really like this pen for sort of roughhousey sketching. It may just be too sort of loud, too I know this there's a place for this pen in your life, in any artist's life, whether you want this one rather than another one. Now, Tristor, I'm going to show you one other pen. I may send you this one. It's missing its clip, but it has a really nice, juicy, flexible nib. And I think it works other than that, other than missing a clip. Maybe it needs a pressure bar as well. I'm going to send this to you anyway, Tristor. I'll put a sack in it, make it work. It's probably the most flexible, and it's sort of a good one to push around. So this is a gold fill wall. No missing clip, missing clip. And I just want you to test out this nib. It's a beautiful, flexible nib. It's a good one for drawing. I was about to put this on my drawing table. I have pens on my drawing table that, oh, I have to put a sack in it. I have pens on my drawing table that are missing levers or missing clips, just because I can fill a pen without a lever. Or I just, at my drawing desk, I often just dip the pen. I don't actually fill it. So this was going to go to my drawing desk, but I'll send it to you. I want you to have fun with it. And if you say, God, this gold fill wall is the best thing that ever happened, we'll find you one at the pen show that has a clip. Because these pens are relatively common. At the Philadelphia show, I bought like 5 of them. And I could have bought more, I guess, but I bought 5. This was not one of them, but many of them have really nice, fun nibs like this one. And I think you'd like it for drawing. Anyway, so you're going to get a bunch of pens in the mail, Tristor. There might be a chance as I'm packing these up, I might say, well, gee, you're getting too many that are similar, and I'm just going to confuse you. I have a feeling you're not confused. I have a feeling you're pretty much on top of things, Tristor. Does this have a sack in it? Pressure bar, I mean. Anyway, I'll get this one going for you. So I think giving you more to look at and play with, just spend an hour playing with all of them, and the ones that you know you don't like, put in a pile along with their little card, and the ones that you really like, put in a different pile. But I want you also to maybe in a couple of days go back to the pile that you don't like and try them out again, because I think there might be something you've learned between one day and the next where, gee, that pen that I thought I didn't like, I kind of like now. And like any tool that we artists use to make art, there's reasons why we have 500 paintbrushes. The same reason why you as a automobile mechanic have more than one wrench. They each have a purpose and a use, and there's reasons why you use one rather than another for a particular kind of a job. Now I'm going to say something else, and I wonder if any of my readers have this problem. Are pen sacks not working anymore these days? Is Waterman ink destroying them? It seems to me that this should not have a bad sack in it. I don't get it. I'm just wondering if someone had said that the pen sack, well, I shouldn't say this because I don't want to. Someone said that there was a supplier whose sacks weren't, there was a bad batch or something, and my supplier said no, that isn't true. But I just don't know whether the ink is causing problems these days. Is it an issue with the ink? Am I not supposed to use Waterman anymore? I love Waterman ink. So here's the sack. It's now on. Slurp, slurp, slurp. And now I put it back in the pen. And now to make sure that the pressure bar didn't come unhooked from the hangers, and it didn't. So there we go, Tristor. These will be winging their way to you tomorrow. I go to the dentist and I'll drop by the post office on the way to the dentist and send these out to you. And just hold on to them until I get there next month. And if you want to hold on to them after, I may let you do that. Certainly the ones you know you don't want, I'll take back with me. The ones you do want, I'll let you keep until the end of your trip here, and then you can send them back or buy them from me if you want. Again, at the pen show, we might find you the exact same pens. I don't think you'd find them cheaper than I would sell them, though sometimes you do. And I just, between you and me and the fence post, when I buy a pen, I essentially, these days, I sell it for more than I paid for it, certainly, because I'm in kind of the business to do this, but I also have to fix it. And I don't charge, if you bought this pen and it needed a new sack and you brought it to someone at the pen show to put a new sack in, it's probably going to be $30. If you brought it to me, it would be $5. No, it would be maybe 10 to put a new sack in and to clean it out. I don't put every single part of the pen in an ultrasonic cleaner and do all that nonsense, which I probably should do, but I don't. And if you want to have that treatment done, you bring it to someone else. Normally, water dissolves the ink that's in the thing. You just set it in water and fill it up with water and let it sit overnight. It's probably going to be fine. If I buy a secondhand car, do I take every drop of gas out of it? No. Do I change the oil? Maybe. But anyway, I charge, most of the time I might add $10 to $20 to a pen I buy to sell, and what that comes to is a pen that's working and a pen that sort of has a vague guarantee, meaning if it's not working, I'll try to get it working. It might need a nib tweaking or something, not tweaking, but resetting the nib. Maybe your handwriting is different than mine and you are making you try it out and you say, gee, it's a little scratchy to me, and I'll figure out why and I can fix it. That's what you get for the $20 or the $10. Some other people, do that same service, and some people don't. As is, you buy it as is. If it doesn't work, that's not my fault. They'll say it politely, but they'll say words to that effect. I'm selling it as is. So I've got these pens to fix for a friend of mine who's coming by on when is he coming by? On Sunday. What's wrong with them? I think they need sacks. He bought them at an antique shop or something, so this needs a sack. This one certainly needs something. I don't know if he said he bought this one from me or not, but the cap is really misshapen, so I don't know how that happened. I don't think he got that from me. But well, who knows where that came from. This one needs something. Anyway, I'll fix that. One of the things I bought at the pen show, hello Parker, was this thing. It's a beautiful little inkwell, glass top, very simple. And I thought it would look like an eyeball if I put blue ink in it. And it doesn't quite. This pen, the pressure bar came off its hinge. So I have to, it doesn't have one, so I have to put that in there. There's a little chip in the cap, which I can't fix. I hope it didn't happen with me. This one is a steel nibbed pen, which needs a sack. This might be a pen that I might ask him if he'd let me have, because this pen I might use this as a body for a Franken pen. So I've got my work cut out for me. This is a pen as it is now. If I put a sack in it, he'd never, ever use it because it has a steel nib that's going to be scratchy and it won't be able to do a goddamn thing for him. But it's a pen that I might turn into a Franken pen with a gold nib. So these all need sacks, so I can fix all these later today. Most good pens are made of either 14 or 18 karat gold, and bad nibs are made of steel or other things. So you don't ever want to buy a non-gold nibbed pen, in my humble opinion. And you can certainly afford gold. The pen will be, the nib will be tempered or created in such a way that they can be flexible or not flexible. And none of that, having an 18 karat gold nib is not more flexible than a 14 karat gold nib. So there's no difference there. It's just how the nib is tuned. And all good nibs should have a bit of iridium on the end of them. So, see this one. See, this needs a pressure bar because this is one of those J clips that often break, like this one. So I have to put a new pressure bar on this. I need to put something in this one. Does this need a pressure bar? No, it has one. This one just, I think, needed the nib sort of reset. And it would be nice if I could find a cap that would look better than this one, but I don't have one. So this is essentially fixed. No charge. Oh, good. 15 pens is a good number to have. I can put a sack in this one for him, but I think I'm going to try to get him to, maybe I can even hold this for him and say, I'll save that for a Franken pen one day. Though it'll get lost in my house, I'll just give them back to him and he can save it. This is a progress pen, prosperity pen, and I don't have one of these. Maybe I'll see if he wants to trade this for something. My friend Ben has a Prosperity pen. So, unless he got this from Ben. This has a beautiful nib on it here. Just needs, wow, it's a lovely nib. Wow, it's really beautiful. So, pressure bar, sack, sack. Well, you would have known. I mean, a little bit of research if you typed in on Instagram or whatever, type, find things out. Google, what's the difference between 14 and 18 karat nibs? You might have people saying there is a big difference, and there's other people who will say there's no difference at all. And one has more gold in it, that's true, but it doesn't make them write any better. The red carmines, yeah, the red Schaefer. Seems to me I have one right here. Yep. I kind of like the red with the chrome trim rather than the gold trim. It makes the red seem redder, in my humble opinion. These are pens I'm trying to move the sterling overlay to, it's somehow slipped. That needs a lever. See, this is one again that might sit on my desk perfectly fine, and I fill it by just pushing down like that. I don't need a lever. And I get almost the same amount of joy using a pen that is missing a lever. And I can sort of cobble, I can put a nickel lever in here to make it almost look correct. So I may do that. The accommodation clip doesn't bother me. It's just a perfectly lovely pen. This one has the same issue. No, it doesn't. This one I managed to get the overlay moved over enough. It needs a sack in it, so I can do that. Come on. Sack in that one. What else do I have here? See, here's another carmine one with the gold trim. And there's just something about the silver trim that somehow makes me, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, I need to get some food. Oh shit, I need to do my laundry. Which one? Which one are you talking about? The gold. The gold and the carmine. The Gaw one. This one. Well, I'll think about it. I don't know if I have this one yet, or I may have one that doesn't say Gaw on it, and I'll keep the Gaw because I like pens that have initials. But let me think about it. Email me, Schiavello, Pierre Gustafson Studio at Gmail, because I don't always remember to look back here. Okay, I need some food in me, so we'll catch you later. Bye bye.